Podcast, Episode 10. I'm your host, Tyler Oltoff, and with me I have Kyle Wakeling.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Brian Sharon.
Happy holidays, everyone.
Yuki sitting in the chat, and unfortunately Jasper wasn't able to join us because of all this holiday shenanigans that's been going on with trying to figure out when we can record. So we were supposed to have an episode to you guys last week, but Kyle messed up, so we had to,
Me. It was all you, buddy.
Hey, let's not point fingers, okay? It was all Kyle, but, we're not going to blame him too much.
And
no, I messed up. I goofed. All right. I'll see you guys later. Take it from here.
All right, Brian, you're hosting the podcast.
And welcome to the Valhalla Nights podcast, where we cut asses and...
Oh, man, can I please be a part of this podcast?
Yeah, sure, okay, as long as you're the hostess. You can be the hostess, Tyler.
Okay, the hostess with the mostess. All right, before we get way too offhand here, let's talk about what we've been playing. I've been playing a lot, considering we've been gone for, I think, 2 weeks since our last podcast. So, it's been interesting. I've been playing a lot of lounge play games with Kyle and some other people in the community. I think Brian joined us for the last one, not this last one, but...
Yeah, the last one, yeah.
Yeah. But I played some, this good old game, Terraria, and Kyle and Brian love it, so I'm glad they're enjoying it. And it is pretty good. You should check my review up on the site. Just posted it last night. Aw, yeah. Go read it.
Shameless plug.
That's how I wrote. Also played some more Little Big Planet. That game's hilarious. I've been running through some shark levels, because shark levels seem to be extremely entertaining. Played some more Killzone Mercenary. I want to platinum the game, and I'm jealous that Kyle has it. But there's so many damn games out there right now that I've been so distracted. But I'm going to get it one day.
One day. Focus, young Padawan.
Well, I got so many games that I look at like one game, I'm like, well, I need to play this game because I haven't played it in a while. And then I'm like, wait a minute, but I have this game I haven't touched in like 2 weeks. What about this game? And my list is just growing and growing, and it's getting crazy. And now the New Year's almost here, and there's tons of games that I'm already looking forward to. It's just not good because I'm going to have so many games I'm not going to play. But anyways, also, what else did I play? I know there's something. Oh, Sonic All-Stars Racing. Played some of that. That's fun. I need to play more so I can unlock some tracks for our lounge plays that Kyle and I were doing last week. Also, some Hot Shots Golf. I realize I suck at the game when it gets further up in the tournaments or whatever. I cannot win for the life of me. I feel like there's another game that's just slipping from my memory right now. Well, if I think of it, I'll let you know. But, Kyle, what have you been playing?
I've been playing a lot of what you've been playing. Since we did 2 lounge plays in the last 2 weeks, I've been playing pretty much what we played on lounge plays. So, Killzone, Little Big Planet, where you did Sonic and PlayStation All-Stars this past week, along with Killzone. So yeah, Tyler forgot PlayStation All-Stars. But yeah, we started the lounge play and I'd not even dug into the game at all, so I just got pretty much hammered. But now at least I've got a little practice under my belt, so hopefully this week will be better. What else have I been playing? I've been playing some Ridge Racer, some Draw Slasher. I cleaned up some trophies. Dug a little farther into Rayman Origins. And some Killzone Shadowfall and Call of Duty Ghosts via remote play. So yeah.
Nice.
What about you, Brian?
As some people might know, I've been on a little bit of a vacay, but before that I was playing a lot of Vita games. As Tyler mentioned, I dug into a little bit of lounge play with you guys. I didn't get to do the whole thing with you, but that led me to some Killzone Mercenary. I've been addicted to Spelunky. I'm doing those daily challenges every single day. I can't go 24 hours without it. I've also enjoyed a bit of PlayStation All-Stars with my family. That seems to be the game that everybody kind of missed in my family, and I've introduced it to them, and they've all been amazed that you can play it cross-play with the Vita and the PS3, so they're loving that with me. I've also got a chance to dig into some Proteus. I know it's not a game that you guys are necessarily enthralled by, and I hesitate to even call it a game, but after all these late nights of eating and drinking, it's nice to sit down and play something a little bit more relaxing. Other than that, I've just been playing some stuff for myself. I've been enjoying some Batman, Arkham Origins, Blackgate, which is surprisingly good considering the reviews. I know Jasper did a review and he said it was a pretty good Metroidvania game, and I agree with him. It's nothing spectacular or out of this world, but it's serviceable, and I'm a huge Batman fan, so I've been enjoying that. But that's pretty much it, guys.
Nice. So, did everyone have a good holiday? You guys
Yes.
This is where you chip in and say how your holiday was, and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. So I'll jump in just because I was talking about my vacation. Yeah, no, if you guys have ever seen the movie Four Christmases, that's my life. I got a bunch of family members who are divorced, and to my girlfriend's family, they're just a really large Portuguese family. If you guys have heard of large Italian or Greek families, it's no different. So I've spent the last week popping over to everybody's house, wishing them a merry holidays and Christmas, and then now it's New Year's. But what that inevitably leads to is a lot of eating and a ton of drinking. So I've been perpetually hungover, and I'm curing every hangover with more drinking. So I'm not sure that's the best solution, but that's the one I'm going with right now. But it's been going well so far.
So you're drinking and podcasting at the same time.
No, I popped home just for the podcast, so you guys should feel really special. I've been out of Toronto, jumping around town to town. But no, I came home sober for the show, though I have piled into a couple of beers along the way.
Oh, be careful over there.
Yeah, no, I'm drinking and podcasting is never recommended.
Never. Okay, Kyle, what about you? How's your holiday?
Pretty good. Spent a little bit of time with family, not too much. My family's kind of small but scattered, so it was kind of hard to get everyone together. Had a good Christmas, so I got some good gifts that I wasn't really expecting very much. Got a PlayStation 4, some new Vita games, some PlayStation 4 games, some cool stuff. So
nice.
Interesting holiday to say the least, and I've been definitely occupied with all the stuff I have to play now.
Now you just need to sell Call of Duty and get Battlefield 4 so we can play something together.
I don't think so. Well, it looks like we'll be playing Assassin's Creed because I'm not getting Battlefield 4.
Looks like I guess we'll assassinate some people.
Indeed.
Yeah, my holiday was pretty good as well. Just hung out with a lot of family, watched, I watched a little bit of football on the weekend. That was, wait, what day is it? Is it Monday? Holy crap, it's Monday. I watched some football yesterday, and that was awesome because my team, the Seattle Seahawks, won and are going to the playoffs, and I'm sure everyone cares about that. So that was a good way to end my weekend. But, yeah, I didn't get really too many presents. I got some money that I'll probably spend on some games eventually. But all in all, it was a pretty good holiday. So, yeah. But next up is my birthday. Wink, wink, guys. Huh? What you getting me? My birthday is 2 days away? Yeah, January 1st. I'm a New Year's baby, which sucks because it's right after Christmas. Everyone spends all their money. And they're like, oh, yeah, Tyler, it's your birthday. Here's a shirt that I bought already.
Here's some socks I just got and I don't want.
Well, can I piss you guys off for a second? What if I told you that I have 2 Christmases?
2 Christmases?
Yeah, so my family on my mom's side, they're Ukrainian, so if you guys don't know where Ukraine is, it's this giant country in Europe that's right next to Russia, and we celebrate Christmas on January 7th. Christmas Eve is January 6th, and we also have a New Year's in January as well, so it's about to be party time for the second time, which means a lot more family, a lot more eating, and of course, if you know me, a lot more drinking.
Okay, so let's move on from that and head to the new releases for this week. Brian, what do you got this week?
Yeah, this week is a little weird because of the last week's episode, which went to the dumpster. So I'm just going to mention that there were no releases last week, and there are none this week in North America. But I did want to mention that for PlayStation Plus subscribers, there are 2 games that are in your Instant Game Collection. That's last week's entry, which is Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, and this week's entry, which is Urban Trial Freestyle.
Very nice. I got Sonic Racing, obviously. We talked about it a little earlier, how we've been playing it, and it's a lot of fun. So if you have Plus, grab it. It's actually better than I expected it to be.
Yeah, same. I definitely would have bought it if I knew it was this good.
Yeah. I just wish Mod Nation Racers was as good, because Mod Nation Racers, you can create your own tracks and all that, but it just has poor frame rate and no online, which is horrible.
Boo.
All right, so for the news of this week, we've got a few things. Keep in mind, though, that last week we wanted to have a podcast to you guys, but weren't able to, so a lot of this was supposed to be in last week's episode, but obviously didn't make it. So if this is old news to you, tough. It's going to be news. All right, so first up, Tesla grad. What is so funny?
Continue on, please.
I think Kyle's got a problem.
Tyler, you're my only problem. Just continue on.
Oh, wow, that's hurtful.
You know I love you, Tyler. It's okay.
Okay.
Don't
I
cry.
feel a little bit. I'm not. Yet. Anyways, back on topic. Tesla grad is heading to the Vita. It's a game that I watched a trailer of, and I don't know if it's what I want. I think it's interesting looking, but not something I don't think I would play. It's an original PC game, right?
Yep.
Like it's already out on PC. If I'm
very recently as well. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Did you guys watch the trailer?
Yeah, I did.
Yep.
You guys are just riveting with info right now.
I'm sort of in your boat. I'm not really sure. I kind of gonna wait and see what this one makes of itself, I guess, on Vita.
Yeah.
So I haven't played it sorry, not to cut you off, but I haven't played the PC release, but ever since it was announced for PC, I've always been attracted to that art style. I think the art style is unbelievable, and I love the electromagnetic gameplay. I'm not sure. I've heard some reviews from the PC side, and I've heard that it doesn't really fit well on the mechanics end. It's maybe not as good as it looks, per se. But I'm definitely is one for me personally to watch for when it comes to Vita.
Yeah, I agree with the art style. I think it looks quite good artistically, but I just don't know if it's something that I would find myself coming back to or wanting to continue playing, considering I've got so many games that I need to play already. But depending on what people think of it, who knows? And the price might sway me. But anyways, if you don't know, Tesla Grad is a game where you explore an abandoned Tesla tower using a host of powers that are based in electromagnetics. It's often described as a steampunk-inspired alternate take on European history, and the game tells the story of the fall of the king of Electropia, which ushers in the rise of a new order. So that's kind of a brief description of what the game's about. So if that's something that piques your interest, definitely keep your eye on that. Okay, next, Nihon Falcom announces a sequel to Legend of Heroes Trials in the Flash. According to Falcom, their follow-up title will feature a host of improvements, particularly in enhanced combat systems and accessible controls. And, yeah, have they announced the name for this yet?
Not to my knowledge. I believe that they simply announced that they had released, or they were planning on releasing a sequel. They hadn't released an official name yet.
Gotcha. And this is the Trials in the Flash game. Is a game that I want to come to the West because it looks badass. But of course, I doubt it. Maybe if someone from Exceed is listening, they could get on this because I'd buy it. Kyle would buy it too, even though I don't think he cares about it.
Thanks for volunteering me, Tyler.
anytime. You're not interested in it at all, are you, Kyle?
I don't know. I'd probably try it. That's one I'd probably actually try before I judged it.
Gotcha. All right. What about Brian? You don't seem to be really into these type of games. Is it something that you'd actually be into?
Well, I haven't even heard of Trails in the Flash, so the sequel isn't necessarily something that I'm looking forward to, but I'm always open to new experiences. So if I were to find it in my hands or a demo were to come along the way, I would definitely give it a try.
Have I been reading that Trials? Is that really Trails?
Yeah, it's Trails.
Wow, I'm a dumbass. All right. Well, maybe that's why they're not bringing it to the Vita or to North America, because I keep pronouncing it wrong. My bad. All right. Well, to move along, Tecmo Koei announces Dynasty Warriors 8 Extreme Legends Complete Edition, a really long name for you to remember. The Complete Edition will include both Dynasty Warriors 8 as well as Dynasty Warriors 8 Extreme Legends. The newly revealed combo pack will be available to Western audiences in spring 2014, and it has been confirmed to include an English voice track. I'm not actually into Dynasty Warriors at all. Just not my type of game, but if this is something you're into, then this is good news for you. Are any of you guys Dynasty Warriors fans? I take it from the awkward silence that no, you guys are not.
Yeah, I was just watching that tumbleweed roll by.
Oh.
I feel like Dynasty Warriors is a really divisive and polarizing series that you either love, like if anybody's followed this podcast or the website, you know that John really loves it here, but it's one of those things that people also really dislike. Personally, I haven't really given it a chance, and that's unfair to the series, but if this bundle, this complete edition comes out and it comes out at a decent price, I would definitely give it a look. I wouldn't say that I'm necessarily looking forward to it, but I'm open to it.
I played, I don't know which one it was, but it was the one that came out way back when the Vita first came out, and I didn't care for it. My friend loved it, but it's just something that I don't see myself playing any of them. But yeah, it's good news if you like the game, so look out for that soon. Spring, in fact. Okay, up next, Four Door Lemon, the developers that have built AR titles Table Mini Golf and Table Ice Hockey. Those are the I can't even think of what AR stands for right now.
Augmented reality.
That's the word. Yep, augmented reality titles. So if you played any of those, they are working on the port of Joe Danger, bringing it to the Vita. So I've never played those AR games that they made, so I don't know how well they are, like, constructed, stable-wise. But yeah, they're making Joe Danger, or bringing it to us. So if you're interested in Joe Danger, hopefully these developers know what they're doing and can bring a solid, stable port of Joe Danger to us. I did play Joe Danger when it came out to Plus a while back on the PS3, and I enjoyed it, but I was like, you know what? This would be better on the Vita, so I stopped playing.
Well, you got your
I might jump into this. I did, kinda. I wasn't the biggest fan. Like, I thought it was all right. Like, I was like, I'm glad I didn't spend money on this, but it's not bad. So depending on the price point they throw at us on the Vita versions, I might grab one of them to see if it's something I like.
Well,
Brian, what about you?
Yeah, well, first of all, I just wanted to say our hearts go out to Hello Games. If you guys haven't heard, Hello Games, their offices flooded during the holiday season, and they lost a lot of stuff that insurance will not be covering. So our hearts go out to them. But as for Four Door Lemon's port of their title, I'm looking forward to it. They had been involved previously in the Oddworld game. I believe it was Munch's Odyssey, but you can correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you're right. For the PlayStation 3.
So I believe that they're a competent studio, and it seems that Hello Games were pretty confident in their ability to bring it to Vita, so I'm looking forward to it.
And with Kyle's outstanding support of it, I can tell he's really, really down for it, right?
Yeah, not so much.
Not your style?
No, I don't think that one's going to be my style.
So, Brian, Kyle's reviewing this game.
1 out of 5.
Actually, I get to pick who reviews it, so it looks like it's going to you, Tyler.
Well, yeah, I'll take it, maybe, perhaps. I don't know. If someone else wants it, they can go. But I think Brian deserves to have this next game. Is this the butt-touching game?
I think it is.
The Morok Chronicles?
Maybe you can help me. Yuki can help me. Is Morok like Japanese for butt toucher?
I think it is. Even though he said no, I think he's lying.
Oh, okay.
Because if you look at it, okay, we're going to take the English approach. More rock. Okay, so you want more of this rock. Now, rock.
You've taken the completely wrong approach. It's an amalgamation of like 2 words, and they're not necessarily Japanese, but one's sort of slang, I believe, and the other one's a Japanese word, and it pretty much means like, I think, erotic fighting or something like that with little girls.
Much better. Yeah, that's much better. Yeah. No. That
so yeah, you're
more
definitely
legitimate.
this one.
So, anyways, I want to hear more about this molesting game.
All right. Well, yeah. All right. Let's go with this. Okay. So, according to Siliconera, I feel like I said that wrong again.
Siliconera.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, according to Siliconera. You play as Io, an ordinary boy with a tender heart, to save the world from a disaster.
Aww.
The village elder forces you to go on a journey. Io has friends with him like Leech, a close friend that's a daughter of Nekomata. Lilia is another close friend with an energetic personality that's a daughter of Fenrir. Kako is some unidentified monster's daughter. And finally, you have Autun, the seal mascot character, who is a wandering panty hunter. Brian, I didn't know you were in a game.
Wah, wah, wah.
Anyways,
can I ask you guys something?
Yeah.
There's a lot of talk about games that don't get ported to Western audiences. Is anybody really gonna miss this here? At least on this podcast, are you guys sad that this one probably won't be heading stateside?
No, I'm not sad because I'm pretty sure Akiba's Trip 2 is coming, so that'll occupy me instead.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. If you're gonna import that game, please don't talk to us. No, I'm just kidding. Let us know how it is. Maybe it's not as bad as we think. It could be actually a great game that just has a weird explanation. So that game is slated for release in April 24th in Japan, and I don't think it's going to go anywhere else other than Japan. Up next, Trials of Blue Evolution is coming to Japan this June. Trails. Goddamn. I can't read right now. Trails of Blue Evolution coming to Japan this June. According to a post on Siliconera, the Legend of Heroes Trails of Blue Evolution is coming to the Japanese PlayStation Vita region this June. Trails of Blue Evolution is an updated version of Trails of Blue, which will be developed by Kadokawa Games, Pyramid, and Chara Ani. And there's a trailer on our site if you want to go check that out. I watched part of it, but I was like, meh. I want Trails of the Flash to come to the West. Not caring for this one. What about you guys? Yep, totally.
Tumbleweed.
This another one you're not really caring for, Kyle or Brian?
Yeah, this is another one of those gotta wait and see, maybe play it first kind of games. I've never really dug into the Legend of Heroes kind of games, so I'm not really sure what to expect. I'd have to play one before I judged it, I guess.
Yeah. Brian?
As a famous man once said, I concur.
Very nice. All right, well, let's move to our next bit of news. Atelier Aisha Plus is heading to Japan this March. I have no idea if I pronounced any of that right. Hopefully I did. If I didn't, well. According to Siliconera and this week's issue of Dengeki PlayStation Magazine, Atelier Aisha Plus is heading to Vita this March. Alongside the regular edition, a limited version will also be offered, including a miniature crystal paperweight. Fascinating.
Yeah, so, some of these special editions and limited editions, the things that they add in are just retarded. Like, I can't really explain them any better than that, because there's no reason for a lot of these things to even be with what they're coming with. Like, a crystal paperweight, like, who really cares about a crystal
Maybe it's
paperweight?
A magical crystal
speak
paperweight.
for yourself, because I was on the top of my Christmas list was for a crystal paperweight, and I want mine, okay? This is, I don't even know if I would buy the game, but if anybody's out there to sell their crystal paperweight, get in contact with me. Yeah, it would go well with my crystal pen, my crystal paper holder, my crystal printer. Yeah, so you guys can laugh it up all you like, but this coming March, I'll be sitting pretty.
No papers will blow away on your watch.
Nope. And the best part is I can look right through my crystal paperweight and see what's on the paper.
Ooh, that's nice. You don't have to move it.
No.
It's the lazy man's paperweight.
Exactly.
Nice. Well, speaking of special editions, Kyle was saying how these things are kind of ridiculous. Not to Brian, though, but have any of you guys seen what the Sorcery Saga special edition comes with?
Doesn't it come with, like, curry or something like that?
That's
no.
So good, though.
No?
It has, you're close. It comes with the necessary tools to eat curry.
That's pretty cool, though.
I have a plate, a spoon, and a bib.
So the question is, what's the ETA on the time that you're going to make some curry for us?
You know, I don't even know what curry is. So
I think you should.
No idea.
I think you should put the bib on and lay out the stuff and take a picture.
I'll do that. I'll post it on Twitter later on, so look out for that. Anyways, yeah, there's some crazy stuff. What, Kyle, you like Yee's Memories of Celceta.
Yes, I did.
Did you get the special edition?
No, I did not.
Do you know what comes with it?
No, I don't.
Well, if I'm ever finding myself lost, good thing I got my Yee's Memories of Celceta compass.
Yay?
I guess. It also came with a map like Yuki's posting on the chat, and it came with the soundtrack, which is kind of cool, but I'm not really into soundtracks. I kind of just listen to like 2 songs, like, oh yeah, gaming music, and I'm done. Although I like tearaway music, that's awesome.
Well,
like
those things are great and all, but they're no crystal paperweight.
Sorry. When you get your crystal paperweight, you're going to have to let us know.
I'll let you know.
Give us a full review on the site.
Take like 76 angle shots of it.
All right. Moving on. Wild Season is a game that was kickstarted just a few days ago, and it is most likely coming to the Vita. If you don't know what Wild Season is, it's a top-down-ish kind of view game of like farming, similar to Harvest Moon. That's kind of where they got their inspiration. So if you like Harvest Moon, Wild Season is definitely taking the steps in the right direction. I was going to back it, but then they kind of said they weren't sure, or they didn't confirm Vita as being a platform, so I didn't want to spend my money and then realize that I can't even play it on the platform I want to play it on. And I'm kind of picky. If I can get it on the Vita, then that's where I'm going to get it. So, but yeah, it's looking pretty good to come to the Vita. It's still not 100% confirmed. The guy said it's like 99%, which is basically confirming it, but there's still a slight possibility that things could not go the way they planned and it not make it. But all in all, I think we're safe to say that it will be coming.
Yeah, they've said that they're going to attempt the port, so that means that they're going to at least try and get it. It's whether it runs smoothly enough for them to release it. That's the question, really.
Yeah. And since I didn't back earlier, you keep saying that I can help back it with PayPal because it's still up, which I might have to do that. But money is not the easiest. Even though I got paid from Christmas and my birthday's coming up, I might have to drop some dough on them.
Make it rain.
But that's right. But yeah, are you guys into Harvest Moon at all?
No. Just plain no.
Okay.
So, unlike Party Pooper Pants over here, I love me some Harvest Moon, and I have for decades now. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I hope that it plays just as well as those early Harvest Moon titles.
Yeah, they're going for I don't know if it's official, but I was just kind of skim reading about co-op play, and I could see that being very interesting or very bad. I could just picture some jerk going into your world and be like, I want that stuff, it's mine, and then quit. And they have all your stuff. Oh, you got some nice corn here. Brian, I'm coming to your farm for stuff.
Not my
You're gonna wake up one day and you're gonna see your farm's just completely gone. I got everything.
Just tumbleweeds.
So yeah, if you're into Harvest Moon, keep an eye on that one. That it just got backed, so it's still quite a ways off from actually being released, and it's coming out to multiple platforms, so that could take some extra time on getting the Vita version out there. But yeah, let's move it along to another game Brian loves. Valhalla Knights 3 Gold is a new version of Valhalla Knights 3, or it's like an upgrade, kind of. That's not really an upgrade for anyone to care about unless you're into Valhalla Knights 3. Brian loved this game. He reviewed it on the site, right, Brian?
It's not as bad mechanically and gameplay-wise as it is in concept. But yeah, please continue, and then we can talk about it a little bit more.
All right, I will continue. So, Valhalla Knights 3 Gold is an updated version of Valhalla Knights 3 for Japan, which includes both the online mode from the Western release and some new areas to explore and battle through. So, the new areas include Erotica Heaven, a new healing area, and Hell's High, a new punishment room. Perfect! The new areas are managed by a captured angel named Cecilia and a demon named Deedlet. The new online mode, new to the Japanese anyways, allows up to 4 players to play cooperatively to tackle a slightly different storyline and take down bosses and enemies that get in your way. Now, if you go to the site and look at the pictures of these 2 new characters, it's pretty funny-ish.
What do you mean by funny, Tyler?
Well, this game is awkwardly sexualized, and I'm sure you know that you had fun when you got to touch your Vita all over the place.
Oh yeah, no, it was thrilling.
Yeah.
Memories.
Did you have to use the back touch at all?
Sorry?
Did you have to use the back touch at all?
No comment. That's between me and my hostesses, okay?
Did I take it too far? Anyways, so there's one thing that's kind of cool in here, because I don't remember Valhalla Knights 3. Like, I know there's multiplayer, where you can go out and battle another person's group of people, but the fact that now they're adding 4-player co-op actually kind of sounds interesting.
Yeah, that's the one interesting addition in this remaster, so to speak. But of all the things they could have fixed, I think that they're chasing the wrong branch here. That game, just gonna speak frankly here, that's an ugly game. It's a game that looks like it belongs on the PlayStation Portable. For them to address all these other external issues and add these dungeons, I'm trying to speak nicely here, that these dungeons for you to explore with these hostesses, that's what makes the game off-putting. I'm searching for the kindest words I can find for this game. It could have been fixed on so many other levels, but they just seem to be married to their concepts, and I think it's another reason for people to miss this remaster.
Yeah. Did this game... Oh, go ahead, Kyle.
Sorry. So what you're saying, Brian, is that they should make it so the next update you can turn off all the sexual stuff. That's what you're saying.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, well, there's obviously an audience for this type of game because it's not the first Valhalla Nights, but
it's the third one, isn't it?
Yeah. But that being said, if you're going to remaster a game, I think you would address the issues. It's a flawed game for sure. So if you're going to remaster it, I would think that you would address some of the more prominent issues in the game and not necessarily add to the issues that people have to it conceptually, which you seem married to. They're obviously not going to run away from the sexual nature of the game, which seems pretty centered to the core of the game. But you could address some of the things like loading times, visuals. There's a long list of errors with that game.
Yeah, it seems to me like what they've done here is they've done pretty much what people are saying that they've done to Soul Sacrifice, in that they've updated it and it should have been something that was DLC. Yeah. Although in this case, even more so because of the fact that they didn't update graphics, they didn't update, stuff that's core in the game. They just added new areas and stuff like that. That could have been DLC.
You're 100% right.
It's kind of where people, rag on Soul Sacrifice for doing that with Delta. They really should be ragging on Valhalla Nights 3 Gold, because that's way less worthy of an update as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I agree with you. Alrighty then. Enough of Valhalla Nights. Let's move on to Dragon's Crown. And Dragon's Crown is getting a patch of quite a few new features. To highlight a few of the stuff here, they've increased the level cap. There's some new dungeons. And they included a new difficulty level. And that's just a few of them. There's a long list of all the stuff they added on the site. I'll read off a few, but please go check the rest out. If you're into Dragon's Crown, this is good news for you. They fixed a few bugs that improve the stability under certain circumstances. Added features: if you clear the 9th level of the Labyrinth of Chaos, you can now select the ultimate level of difficulty at the temple. On ultimate difficulty, the level cap has been raised from 99 to level 255. That's a weird number, but alright. Damage can now be displayed as a total number, and it's possible to skip requests that have already been completed once. And operational improvements include adjusted skill effects and actions for each class, adjusted effects and rules of equipment and items in the arena, and made all around improvements to the system in order to enhance operability and ease of use. So yeah, there's quite a bit of stuff added, and it's available now. So if you have Dragon's Crown, go get that going right now. Because I reviewed it and I liked it. It was I didn't think I would like it when I first got it, and I was like, all right, it's getting better, and then it kind of just dragged on and dragged on. Never mind, that's dumb. Anyways. Come on, guys, you're supposed to back me up here.
You're supposed to be funny here, Tyler.
Well, F you, Kyle. You jerk.
How many times have I fired you on this podcast?
I lost count.
Yeah, me too.
I think you're just jealous of how just awesome I am, that you just can't handle it, so you gotta get rid of me.
Yeah, but I keep hiring you back, so there must be something, decent enough that I can get past your ego.
Well, anyways, let's move on. If you got Dragon's Crown, go get that update. It's worth it. Alright, God Eater 2 gets an update. Version 1.2 this January, so very soon. In this update, you'll get new gear, and that will be included with reloading of meteor bullets. Those will be rebalanced and whatnot. Also, new costumes will be available, which are called Sunday's Best, so you can get your hunters looking all smart as they do battle with monsters. And they also promise of online multiplayer, which will be exclusive to the Vita, because this game is also out on the PSP. and there's still no word, unfortunately, of it coming to other regions, but I would hope that it is, because the first one, God Eater's Burst, is out in the West on the PSP right now, so there's a chance. Let's all hope. Kyle, this seems like a game that you'd actually be into.
Yeah, just one thing, and you can mention this as well. God Eater Burst isn't the first one, it's the second one. So even though, this one's God Eater 2, God Eater Burst was the second one. But yeah, I might be interested in it. I tried God Eater Burst because I got it free on Plus, but the camera and even with mapping the Vita's controls, it just didn't feel right. So maybe the next one addresses that, because it was made for Vita, and I'm not sure, but I'll have to try it out. That's definitely what I'm looking at, because I like those type of games.
Yeah. Brian, you care about this? Oh no, Brian's gone.
Brian went back to drinking, so yeah.
Yeah, no, it's it's not really a game that's on my radar. I appreciate that a lot of people seem to like the series. I haven't really given it the fair shot it probably deserves, but yeah, I'm not quite as hype as Kyle over here.
Gotcha. Well, I'm as hyped as Kyle. Why do you leave me out?
Because nobody cares about you, Tyler.
Wow. That was
the harsh reality.
Next on 2020.
Well, jerk. Let's get on to the next bit of news. Toro and Kuro are coming to Mina no Golf 6, or Hot Shots Golf, or Everybody's Golf, the 3 named game. That is getting 2 new characters, so if you know who they are, they're the cat characters that are very popular in Japan. You might know them from that one game, I guess you could call it a game, that I can't think of the name. That weird app that came a while ago.
Well, there's Toro's friend list, but there's also Destiny of Spirits, which Toro is in. So.
Yeah.
But it's not out yet, so I can't count that.
But we had the beta that was open, I believe, so yeah.
But I didn't play as him ever, or see as him, so, that's news to me. Anyways, if you're interested in Hot Shots Golf, this is good news, kinda, because it hasn't been confirmed for the West yet. Hopefully it does, because I think Kyle and I could agree that we could use a whole new game or just more DLC, like improved graphics and stuff like that.
Yeah, I definitely agree that they could bring some of those characters in DLC over. I know that they've released some more DLC characters over in Japan that we haven't got, so it'd be nice if they'd bring that over, since it's already kind of there, and there's not really much to translate as far as names and stuff, so I'm not really sure what the problem is, maybe licensing or something. And as for an updated version, yeah, I would definitely play Hot Shots Golf World Invitational 2. So get that going there, Sony.
Yeah, that'd be great, because I like Hot Shots Golf. I got to get better at it, though. I mean, I'm good enough to beat you all the time. So,
yeah.
Anyways, Soul Sacrifice Delta. This is the new game from those guys that made Soul Sacrifice.
Informative. Wow.
And they updated the demo. So Kyle has been playing this. I don't know how much more you've been playing since the last time we talked about it, but they bumped the level cap to 40, and the demo also now includes multiplayer support, and it's compatible with PlayStation Vita TV. So, Kyle.
Yeah, so it's nice that they're actually supporting the demo. The fact that there's an update for a demo is pretty crazy, considering the fact that a lot of companies can't even be bothered to update their game. As for what they've included, it is worth another look. I think they've upped the amount of levels, so they've added a couple levels, and they've now added they've upped the level cap 10 levels, so it gives you a little bit more reason to play, and it gets a little bit closer to the amount of content that was in the original Soul Sacrifice demo, so that's nice.
Nice. So I think we talked a bit about it before, and you were saying that this game is something that should be you should keep your eyes on, even though a lot of people do give that. Like, why don't you just have this as an update for the original game? Because we were just talking about Valhalla Knights, and it's going gold, and then there's Ragnarok Odyssey Ace, and all this kind of just big old updates that are charging full price. I mean, is this one of those? Is this following the same thing, or is this something we should all look out for?
It's kind of unique in that with Soul Sacrifice, like I play it for the different levels and bosses that you fight, not necessarily am I looking for some sort of new content or something that I haven't seen before. So really for like my opinion, what they've added is worth the purchase. Like I have no problem paying full price for Soul Sacrifice Delta, because I know I'm going to get at least 60 hours of play out of it. So that's worth it to me, just for like the new areas and the new offerings and the updated like little things. It's not really anything big other than graphics that they've brought to the table, kind of. But just the variety is enough to bring you back.
Yeah. Now, Brian, you got Soul Sacrifice via Plus, right?
I did, but I haven't jumped into it just yet.
Oh, see, we're gonna have a discussion there, and we're gonna bridge, and it's gonna be great. And you just took that bridge down.
Okay, well, yes, Tyler. Why do you ask?
Well, I can't go from there now, because I was gonna say, well, you've played a little bit of it. Is it something you would see getting or worth it, considering you're not the biggest Soul Sacrifice fan?
Well, I can't say whether I'm a fan or not, because I haven't really given it a shot. Unfortunately, with these holidays, I've spent a lot of time with family, and I haven't had the proper chance to dive into it the way I'd like to. It does look interesting. Conceptually, what I've heard about Soul Sacrifice Delta, I'm sort of on the fence. I don't necessarily agree with Kyle about this. I think that, again, until I try it, I won't know for sure, but based on what I've heard, that this perhaps could have been DLC, but I'll wait it out and see for myself.
I actually don't think with what they've added that they could have implemented that properly or anywhere near as well in DLC, just because the things that they've updated, some of them like integrate right into the core of the game, like the main reason why you'd be playing it in the first place. So it would be hard to integrate that, especially for like people who've, say got to level 100 or whatever, 99 and 1, or whatever like level that they ended up getting to, then getting this update and like all this stuff being available that they never experienced or able to experience because they would have to start the game all over. I don't know, it just kind of doesn't make sense. Whereas with the Valhalla Knights 3 update, that's something that could be added later. It's something.
Yeah, no, I think I'm thinking. I agree with you on the Valhalla Knights for sure, and I agree that it would be a rather substantial DLC update. But I'm not necessarily thinking about in terms of a free update. Maybe perhaps something along the lines of a more classic expansion pack, perhaps, or maybe have they adjusted the pricing to correlate with the updates. It may have been more attractive to people who are on the fence. But I do agree that there are a lot of substantial additions. I just think maybe that it should have been more competitively priced.
Yeah. Well, to talk more about Soul Sacrifice Delta, if you haven't heard enough, more details have emerged. Firstly, Delta will create random quests, which will be good news for all of those trying to get to level 100. Save data from Soul Sacrifice can also be transferred over to Delta, but with the handicap of your right arm level being reset. However, to compensate for this, players will begin with an item that increases the amount of experience you get in-game. Raiments, Black Rites, offerings up to 10, and Lacrima up to 10,000 will also carry over. There's also details of a new enemy. The Frog Prince will be available for battle, along with the already announced darker-than-usual versions of Snow White and the Three Little Pigs. So, some new details. Very interesting. I enjoyed Soul Sacrifice, so this is something I'll keep my eye out on, but depending on how much of a difference it is, I don't know if I can see myself dropping another $40 for almost the same game. But we'll see. They gotta do some stuff to make it a bit different for me. Yeah. But yeah. Up next, some great news. involving sales. According to the MCV magazine, PlayStation Vita sales rose 68% in the PlayStation 4's launch week and 65% the week after. Although this is not. Wow, I am just having a horrible time reading. Although it is not known how many units this entails. Sony pins the current success of the handheld on the remote play aspect of the Vita, the second screen abilities, and a new marketing campaign. It may also have been due to huge titles releasing this year like Killzone Mercenary and Tearaway. So, that's good news if you're wanting to see those sales increase. That's pretty good because we need some more people getting the Vita, and there's some great games that are being released lately, and it's about time to jump on board, people. Yeah.
Tyler's really excited, apparently.
I'm so excited.
Tyler's just a little upset that number wasn't 1% higher, though.
Yeah. I'm going to have a talk to Sony. I'm going to send them an angry email. You couldn't hit 69? Anyways. I think that's all the news we got for this week. So let's head on over to some listener mail with Kyle. What do you got this week, Kyle?
Okay, I'm having a small issue here. And my issue is that my Hotmail will not load, and that's where my email was, and I was going to get that like within the last 5 minutes, and I've been trying to work around and can't find one.
All right, Brian, so tell us a joke while Kyle loads this.
I think it probably went to... Hold on.
I still want Brian to tell a joke.
Yeah, Brian, tell a joke while I find this. Yeah.
Well, I wasn't really prepared for this. Jesus.
Improv. Make it up on the spot.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, well.
I'm drawing a blank.
All right, I got it here.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Listener mail this week is from Chris Hill, so I'll read it here and then we'll talk about it. I'm fairly new to the Vita. I've only had the system for about 6 months, but I'm totally enamored with it. Can't for the life of me figure out why people say there's lack of quality games, as I'm practically drowning in them. I just finished Tearaway, and have loved playing Persona 4, Draw Slasher, Hotline Miami, Gravity Rush, Spelunky, The Walking Dead, and etc. My question is about sub-accounts on the Vita. I'm considering a Vita purchase for my little girl. My daughter is 4, so she uses a sub-account on my PS3 and PS4, and the sharing of games is seamless on these platforms. If I buy her a Vita and log her in under her own account on her Vita, will she have access to the downloadable titles I have purchased under the Master account? I was also wondering if the PlayStation Plus subscription from the Master will endow the sub with its benefits. I'm hoping not to have to buy everything twice, and for her progress not to be saved under my account. Thanks to the great podcast, Chris.
Well, unfortunate news. There is no sub-accounts that I am aware of working on the Vita, unfortunately. She already has an account, so yeah, that account would work, but she wouldn't have access to any of the stuff that you have on your Master account, which kind of sucks, but it's just kind of how they set it up right now. Who knows, maybe someday they'll update it. But yeah, as far as I'm aware, there's nothing you can really do about that. And I mean, if you wanted, you could have her using your account and then just not have anything saved to like the internet, like just disable any internet connections from the Vita to your Wi-Fi or whatever. That way, whenever she's doing something on a game, like trophies won't upload and all that. But then she'd be using your account, and she wouldn't be getting any progress on her account if she's into that kind of stuff. So, yeah, take it as it is.
Yeah, Tyler pretty much hit it on the head there. Sub-accounts on Vita are pretty much worthless, and there's not really any good way to share without logging the other person into the exact same account, and then you're, I think, only allowed to have 2 Vitas on a single account, and there's many issues with that regarding trophies and such, so yeah.
Yeah. And Yuki's saying parental controls. They did add a new bubble that adds parental control, but that's literally just for like blocking the person from using certain features, which wouldn't grant access to games that you already have on your account.
Yeah.
And you were saying about PlayStation Plus, yeah, nothing that you get from your account would transfer to her account. She'd have to get her own Plus account, which sucks.
Yeah, the system that they've set up for accounts on Vita could use some work, even though I can understand where they're coming from, thinking that people would only need one account for the Vita because Vita is like a personal device, unlike a PS3. People still like the variety, like especially me. I hop on the Japanese store every time I can, and it's a pain in the ass even for that 5-minute switch back and forth kind of thing, and really like even doing it, if you don't really know what you're doing and stuff, you can kind of screw up your account, whereas you'd have to go in and fix some stuff. So it's kind of not worth doing for most people, and it could be fixed, I think, very easily by just moving the account information to the memory card instead of saving it to the Vita.
Right. Yeah, also, I don't know if you're going to be going all digital or all physical or a mixture of both, but if you get a lot of physical titles, then obviously she could plug them into her Vita and play them no problem, as long as the developers didn't put a restriction on trophies, which EA does a lot. So if you're into FIFA, the first game or account it gets logged onto is the account it stays with unless you delete it, which kind of sucks. I found that out the hard way because I have FIFA and I started playing it, started unlocking stuff for my character, was having a great time, and then my girlfriend's like, I want to try, and she popped it in, and it gave the warning saying, you are not the original owner, blah, blah, blah. Trophies will not be activated, and she got mad because she hates having a 0% thing on her PSN name, so she deleted my stuff without telling me and got trophies, and I was like, oh, that sucks. So you just go all physical, and that would be kind of a workaround on being able to just buy the game once, depending on what games you get. So yeah. Unfortunately, you're going to have to deal with that if you decide to grab her a Vita, which you should, because you should turn that 68 to 69%. Just saying. All right, so is that all we got, Kyle, for listener mail?
Yeah, I believe so.
Awesome sauce. Brian, I feel like there's a game that you want to talk to us about this week. What would that be?
Well, you'd be right, Tyler. This week...
What do you know?
Well, big surprise. I wanted to talk about PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. It's a game that I think gets overlooked and compared too often to Smash Brothers, and I see the merit in that, but that doesn't take away from the fact that it's an extremely enjoyable game. It's the game, like I said, over the holidays has merged my family and brought them all together around the TV, around the Vita, and we just had a blast with it. If you enjoy fighting games, if you enjoy just party games, or even you're just a fan of the PlayStation brand and all of its many characters throughout its legacy, you'll love this game. It's really endearing, and while the single-player campaign maybe lacks a little bit of story that has been integrated into the Smash Brothers series over the way, it is a game that has legs and will endear you to its characters. So yeah, that's my game of the week.
Just don't let that game run away with its legs.
So, Kyle, can you say he's fired again?
Yeah, Tyler, you're fired.
No! All right. Yeah, I agree with Brian. That's a great game to grab. Kyle and I have been loving that game, even though Kyle sucks at it.
Just wait. Next lounge play, I'll be wiping the floor with you, Tyler.
So in your short time, Kyle, who's your favorite character to play as? Because they all play really differently.
Yeah, I haven't played all of them yet, but definitely I like Noriko, and I think it's Dante?
Dante. Yeah, Dante. Wait, maybe.
From Devil May Cry? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I hate Dante so much. That's because he's like one of the best combo characters out there.
Is it because you two look the same, except for he's got white hair and you're blonde?
Yeah, pretty much. We're identical. I even carry 2 pistols and a sword with me at all times. It's kind of weird. I play as Cat, though. She's my favorite character.
Oh, that DLC, right?
Yeah, I don't have any DLC, and I don't want to pay full price for it either. Yeah.
For me personally, I play as Sly Cooper. He plays quite differently in that you can't really block, and you actually have to use a lot of evasion, and you have to disappear, and you have to pick your spots. But that's why it appeals to me.
So you're a camper.
Not necessarily a camper, but a little bit of a sneaky goose. Yeah, sure. Why not?
So everybody team up on Brian when we play with him?
Exactly. Yeah, you need to play with us at our next lounge play.
Yeah,
buddy.
I will. I wanted to make it last week, but unfortunately, like I said, I've been too busy being drunk. But no, after...
Brian's like, last play, what's that, you guys? Get up over here.
I want to be the fat prince.
Am I playing right? Your beat is not even on. Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, but no, I think it's a game that gets looked over by a lot of people. I think a lot of people have passed it over and casted their judgment really early on. But it's a really solid game.
All right, quick fire question. You're gonna have to think of it so quick that you don't get time to think.
Can I answer it?
If you could have,
you ask it.
Sure, go for it. Do it. What's your answer?
On Tuesdays.
Oh, well, that's kind of weird for my question.
All right, go.
If you could have any character that's not in the game already, who would you want in the game?
Well, on Tuesdays, Oh, that's a sneaky question.
Quick fire.
You know Sully from Uncharted.
Nice, Kyle. Quick fire.
Crash Bandicoot.
Oh,
nice.
Good one.
I just dropped the bomb right there.
You know who I think would be great? Oh, no? Nobody?
We're waiting.
We're in anticipation.
Yeah, we're waiting.
Oh, that was like, okay. Well, I think Iota or Atois would be great.
That's a good choice.
Yeah, I can see that.
You
Roll attacks.
They could make up some attacks. Like Sackboy, he gets very aggressive when he's not really the most aggressive character in his game. He can smack people in the game.
I'd like to know what Yuki's choice is.
Yeah, Yuki. A Persona 4 character.
Ooh, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah, Teddy would be sweet.
Yeah, Teddy would. I think Teddy would fit in perfectly.
Persona.
Everyone would start using them now. Great.
So, Rishi-chan.
Nice.
She just like cry every time you hit her.
I just want to know what their supers would be. It's one of the things I find really interesting is what they decided to do as their supers.
Well, with Persona, you'd be able to like conjure up and summon all these personas, and you can do that for each one of your level of supers, right?
Right.
So
I was talking about like in general for all of our picks.
Well, I'll pose the question to you. Who would be your super? What would the supers be for your character?
Iota would turn everyone into paper, and then he'd just cut them with scissors.
That's actually really cool. Kyle?
That is cool. Yeah, I think Teddy should yell Bearsona, and then like a card version of Teddy comes out and just smacks the living crap out of whoever it is, and then just like jumps back into like Teddy's suit.
Not bad.
See, for Sully, it's a little more difficult because he's grounded in reality, and there's so many other characters who use.
Pulls out a gun and shoots them in the face.
Well, I was thinking something a little bit more creative, right? Maybe he rolls them all into cigars, and then he has to smoke them. Gotta be a little more creative than just shooting people.
Yuki says Reese would just be cute, so apparently she'd just sit there looking cute, and everyone would just die because of how cute she is.
Aw, it's so cute.
Or they could just do like their new Persona dance thing, and she'd start dancing, and just boom, that'd kick off to the new game.
No.
Yuki's idea is better. Oh, nope, he likes my idea. Bam! Brian.
The podcast, Tyler. Congratulations.
I win. All right, well, if you guys have any characters that you would like to throw at us or have any ideas for supers that maybe we didn't think of, you should email us at podcast at thevitalounge.net. But let's get out of here. I think we're all good. We're all done. It's a long episode. Woo. We're making up for missing you guys last week. We apologize.
We hope
Thanks,
you love
Kyle.
our voices.
I think they'll love mine, but I don't know about you guys.
Come on, guys. You love my voice.
You should end the podcast with that voice.
No, I think I'll leave it to you.
Oh. All right. Anyways, you can find us all on Twitter. I'm at Mr. PSVITA Reviews. Kyle is at Teflon Tactics. Brian is at Brian G. Sharon. Jasper is at JASBZ. Yuki is at Yuki_WR. You can also find the Vita Lounge on Facebook. Just search the Vita Lounge. The forum is still down and absent right now. Hopefully we can get that running pretty soon. We'll have updates for you as soon as possible. Also, don't forget about our new feature on YouTube, Lounge Play. We do this every Saturday, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern, and 10 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. So get in there. Send us a message. Let us know that you want to join us. I think we have our games set.
Yeah, we're playing Sonic, PlayStation All-Stars, and Little Big Planet, I believe.
Very nice. We're taking a break from Killzone. We had a little bit of technical difficulty last week, so we're going to give it a little bit to rest, and maybe we'll come back to it next Saturday, see how it's doing. But yeah, also remember you can find all of the stories that we talked about on the site, thevitalounge.net. I'd like to thank you guys for listening and have a great week and holidays that are coming up. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.